As you all know, I am very big on DNA testing and DNA decoding. And right now, I'm sitting in my office. You want to see my office? That's my office. And I'm decoding my patient's DNA. And I just wanted to point out very interesting facts that really, really helps the knowledge that you receive from DNA testing would help to determine what is the best approach in treatment of this patient. For example, this patient has early Parkinson's, and unfortunately it's refractory, meaning that all the treatments that right now he's trying to receive, it's just not working. And the reason behind that, because he has main genes like a COMT gene, MAO gene, and DRD2 genes. I know it's a lot of gibberish for you, but these are three main neurological genes that are responsible for neurological, emotional behavior response of your body. These genes are mutated in his body, and in order for him to be responsive to all these therapies that he's receiving, he needs to fulfill these genes, meaning that it's not medication, it's activities, lifestyle changes, including vitamins. It's very important. Well, that's why when people say vitamins are not important, they are so important. It's just you need to know which vitamins, the source, and of course make sure that they are really effective. For example, this person, he's not producing, he has this gene mutation where he is not metabolizing B12. So his body's absorbing B12, but it's not utilizing, his cells are not utilizing B12 sufficiently. As a result, there is a thing called homocysteine that it's a long story. One day I'm going to explain it to you, but it's basically when you don't have enough vitamin B12 in your system, this homocysteine is not being metabolized, and it just collects in the cell. You need homocysteine for various reasons, but when you have too much, it becomes toxic, and it's toxic to certain cells. For example, it's toxic to cardiac cells in your cardiac vessels, and it's also toxic to your neurons. In his case, it's neurons. So he has this gene, and his weakest chain was his neurological pathways, and as a result, unfortunately, his cells in his brain gave up first, and now he developed this disease. How do we reverse that? We will make sure that we utilize all the vitamins and all the signaling systems. It's not necessarily vitamins, but there's a specific signaling system, for example NRF2, NRF1, that will promote function of mitochondria, promote function of DNA repair. So it's a lot of biochemistry behind that. It is very, very complicated, but it is possible. It is the future of medicine. Instead of starting with medication, we will one day look into your DNA, and one day we say, you someone who needs to be on this first before we start your medication, on this regimen, on this integration protocol, which includes lifestyle changes and vitamins and other things. So I just wanted to share with you this one of the examples. It's fascinating how body is structured and how complex we are, but then how can we simplify it? It's actually doable to simplify the process and stay healthy and live longer and recover.